Good morning. Sawasdee Tung Chow. What's happening, everybody? Anybody know where I am? I'll give you two guesses. Two guesses to where I am. And I have been here before. Anybody? Carnivore, welcome once again. Anybody have an idea where I am right now? Brilliant deduction. Yes, I'm in Thailand. A couple of months I won't be. And there'll be some changes soon. Some major changes. Which I'm happy to say. Yes, we're in Thailand. I'm asking for a little more specific location. And we are in Bangkok. I got myself a dirty coffee, which, to be quite honest, wasn't that good. I was here once before, and I thought this place was fantastic. Now I think, I don't think it's fantastic. I think it's good. It might drop down a little bit in the rankings because this dirty coffee was not that good. It's like I ordered the dirty, and like 2 minutes later I got it. And the milk was a little bit cool, and then the coffee was hot, so it wasn't like there was a stark contrast between the coffee and the milk, like they're supposed to be. I already had an espresso. That was pretty good. So this place is a nice place, and that's why I came back here. This is the second time I've been here, and I'm still waiting for somebody to guess where it is. This is not the world's greatest destination. What I'm wondering is Thailand the world's greatest destination? Because to some people it definitely is. And I was thinking about it for me, and I've got a couple of other places that I had on the list at one time, but none of them beat Thailand now. So I keep trying to think of places that might be better all the way around in Thailand. And there's a few. And it depends on the money you want to spend and all that other kind of stuff. But Thailand's right up there, I'll give you that. So we have to try to figure out which countries might be ahead of Thailand. Point to camera of your point of view, please. See, every time I reach with my left hand, it's not there anymore. Well, there's a guy sitting right in front of me. There's your point of view. Thailand is looking for silver but found gold instead. Do you mean that literally, or what do you mean by that? Because I'm lost here. I don't know what's going on in the States. Somebody said they were watching some show the other day. I go, what show is that? Is that real? Because I heard it on another show. I look it up on IMDb, and it's a show. It's been on 5 years. I've never heard of it. Honestly, I like Chiang Mai. Why would you want to live there aside from the cost is a little bit lower? Because of the air. The air quality there is piss poor. And right now in Thailand, the air quality is 53. It was 37 earlier today. 36.7 Thai baht to the dollar, 53 air quality, 85 degrees, high of 93, low of 80, 92 feel like temperature, 74% humidity. And yeah, that's always been my feeling about Chiang Mai. I love Chiang Mai. It's a great place, but I can't wrap my head around the pollution there. I can't really wrap my head around the pollution here. Well, you will. Give it time. If you're there any length of time, you'll feel it. You'll see it. You'll hear about it. Before I get started, do me a favor. Smash the like button. Subscribe. Join the channel. Join my Patreon. Buy me a coffee. Hit the Cash App, the Wise, what else is there? I don't even know nowadays. Like I said, I wish there was just one. You go, hey, click on this, boom. That's how it's done. Anyway, down in the description is all the information. And yes, I am. Very good. Very good. I think when I turned it around, that kind of gave it away. What is this? Fan Tok dinner in Chiang Mai is an experience that everyone should attend. There's a lot of places in Chiang Mai that everybody should experience. I've been to several of them. With my wife, she's like, "Oh, you got to come to this place." I don't remember the name of the one place that we went. It was an Isan restaurant, and we went there, and it was fantastic. It was cheap. You know, I mean, it was like for both of us, it was like 400 baht. It was under 500. And it was fantastic Isan food. It was absolutely, you know, the best you're gonna get. I don't remember the name of it. And then there was another place we went to. Then there was another that's supposed to be the best khao soi in Chiang Mai. But you know, like I've said before, you know, I did go to, in Vietnam, I went to a puppet show. I just thought, I want something to do. So I went to the puppet show. And let me tell you, it was really, really good. Not in Chiang Mai, no. I really don't know why you want to live there, but it's up to you. But I don't know any visa agents there. No idea about Chiang Mai. My wife keeps asking me, should we buy a place up there? Should we buy a place up there? And I'm like, unless it's out in the middle of nowhere and there's no burning, there's no smoke, there's no pollution, I don't want to live there. You know, I really don't want to. I mean, it's the same here, but it's not, I don't know. It doesn't get quite as bad most of the time. Yeah, it was a water puppet show, and it was really good. It was really done well. But I went, I did it, and that's it. I've done it, I've seen it, I filmed it, and I never put it out. Which I did. There's a lot of things I did the last time I was in Vietnam, and I haven't released the footage. There's a lot of places I just haven't released the footage for whatever reason. Anyway, so bottom line, I know that everybody wants to come live here, but like if I had my choice and I had the money, if I had say $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 a month, which is not really all that much, and I was retired, would I live in Thailand? Probably not. For now, I would probably spread my time around. I really liked Ecuador, and with $2,000 a month, you can live in Ecuador and live pretty well. But I don't know that it compares to Thailand on the whole. Portugal, been there, only been to Lisbon. Lisbon was a bit expensive. I used to love Amsterdam. Amsterdam used to be the place I wanted to live. I'm gonna move in a second here. It looks like these ties are finally leaving, because I want to get over here. So we're gonna move. A little bit higher over here. Now I can turn it around. I can show everything. There's like 6 ties sitting at the table, and yeah, see, now I can put it even. There's like 6 ties sitting at the table, and nobody's really drinking or eating it. Anyway, what were we saying? Good morning, Mr. Dowlow. How are you doing? Has your wife released the tight leash on you, or what's the deal? I am going to go see Mr. Jono today. After the stream, which the stream might be a little short today, just because. But I'm gonna go see him today, see how he's doing. My ankle is finally starting to feel better, so I just need to kind of stay off it a little bit, and listen, in Southeast Asia, some people love Malaysia. I don't particularly love Malaysia. I've been there at length for 2 times. I've been there probably 5 times, but at length I've been there twice. Singapore, forget about it. I don't want to live in Singapore. Indonesia, that's a different story. I could live in Indonesia, but I don't know about the laws and everything like that. I'm not sure about that. Next month. Yeah, that's fine. We can catch up sometime. And then you look at Vietnam, and the government and the lack of proper visas. No thank you. Myanmar, forget about it. Laos, no thank you. Not developed enough. Actually, he went to work today, and he's supposed to sign the contract today. He'll be on probation for 2 or 3 months, and then once he's in, he's in. So that's good, but he's still looking for better jobs. I think he starts out at 25 or 30,000 at this job, which he's at the bottom of the totem pole, so it's okay. But I'd like to see him get in at the embassy or doing something. I don't know what, but we're looking around. He needs my help a little bit, but that's okay. But so today's he's at work. He went to work today, and then I think he starts full time on the 1st. So that's good. It's good. He's got a full-time job, and I'm proud of him. I just want him to sock away the money. He can live with us for another 2 years, sock away the money, and then no, not yet. God damn. It's like as soon as you finish, they want to pull everything back in. Let me get this. I'm not even done with my coffee. He's like, let me get that. No, I don't want you to get it. Just relax. You can get it. You can get it in a little while. Anyway, so he's there, and my other son is just about done with his term this term, so he has 1 more year left. Which if you've had kids in school, you know what it's like when they finish up and all of a sudden you go, hey, I don't have to pay that anymore. I don't have to pay for their apartment. I don't have to pay for them. If they want to live somewhere, they can live at home until they save the money up to move out on their own, whatever. You know, they got a job, they got plenty of money, they got, you know, a couple $100,000 sitting in the bank, boom. So it feels good. That is a good feeling. Anyway, the destinations. You know, we have the usual destinations. We talk about places like Mexico. For Americans, Mexico is good because of the proximity to the U.S. But I don't know that I'd really like to live in Mexico full time. 3 months, okay, I can see it. Belize, 2-3 months, I can see it. Costa Rica, 3 months, I could see it. Now, if the place grew on me in 2-3 months, then I can say, okay, I'd like to live there. So for me, I mean, obviously I've been here a long time. I've been here, you know, it's close to 30 years. And so I'm very comfortable here. I'm very comfortable, really, although I need to continue my my studies of the Thai language, I really need to push myself a little bit, which will be coming up soon. I think on the whole, I'm pretty set here. I don't have any problems really. If I need to talk to somebody, I can talk to them. If I don't want to talk to them, I know how to not talk to them. I know how to get out of things. I don't have really very many worries at all. So for me, this place, I've already said I thought it was better than the United States. And I do think that. I think Thailand has surpassed the United States. The United States just doesn't cut it anymore for me. I just don't even want to, I really don't even want to live there. Even though I've gone back and stayed there and you know, stayed with the parents and we went out to places and stuff like that, moved more basic, or put more into basic infrastructure. Well, I mean, that would be nice because obviously that's how Jono hurt his knee. That's how I hurt my ankle, because the sidewalks aren't even. Then I look around here and like sidewalks are all pretty much even. But the BTS in Bangkok, the BTS, CityLink, MRT, the train system, the buses, the boat taxis, you can get around anywhere. If I want to get a motorcycle, I can get a motorcycle. It won't hurt me. And it really, honestly, I don't know that it would help me that much. I mean, it would help me like if I want to make videos and I've got a GoPro on it or something like that. Yeah, okay, it could help me. But I don't think it's going to help me in any other fashion because I can get everywhere. The other day, like I said, I went to a place that it said it was about 2 hours by car. I took the SkyTrain. The SkyTrain, well, they didn't have the SkyTrain. Sometimes they put the SkyTrain in the Google Maps, but they didn't have the MRT or any of that stuff. A lot of times they don't put that in there. It was about 2.5 hours by bus. I get on the SkyTrain, I get a motorcycle to the SkyTrain, get on the SkyTrain, go to the SkyTrain, go to the MRT, go to another SkyTrain, boom, cross over to another SkyTrain, get on a motorcycle, I go to the place, and it was an hour and a half, which was a piece of cake. Well, yeah, and you know, like, Dowlow, you're old, you can go sit in one of those old people's chairs. You know, which is nice. There's nobody sitting there. You sit down there and you have the right to sit there. You have the right to sit there anyway. Sometimes I'm standing there and there's some young kid sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, do you not see this? Do you not read this? But I think that the current culture is not so respectful of the elderly, as they used to be. I think they're still very respectful, but I don't think they're quite as respectful as they used to be. You know, they're a little more free now. But still, I mean, there's things I don't like. A dog just ran by. He's got no leash on. Looks like he's got a collar on, but why he's running around free. I mean, there's dogs running around free everywhere. In Ecuador, there's dogs everywhere. I mean, what are you gonna do? That means there's dog crap everywhere. In France, there's dog crap everywhere. People don't want to pick it up. Yeah. Age is just a number. Listen, I'm a pretty young 62-year-old. And I don't kid myself. I do not kid myself. In my head, when I want to be, I can be young. My body, I can push it at times, probably a lot more than most people. I can push my body. But then I'll hit the wall. Maybe a day goes by, 2 days go by, and I'm walking, 15, 20 miles each day. Then, there comes a time and I just go, man, I'm exhausted. And, I didn't used to get tired when I was, say, 20, 25 years old. Good morning, Mr. Monash. The young do not stand for me. They cannot believe I am so old. Yeah, a lot of people don't believe that I'm as old as I am. Which, it's not like they're saying, oh, you look like you're 35 now. They don't say that anymore. You look like maybe you're 50. Oh, thanks. So, anyway, getting back to these places and the best destination. I love how people just park wherever they want. Oh, God, it makes me laugh. In Asia, I don't think there's really anywhere that matches Thailand. Now, you could say Japan. Japan is a nice place. But the xenophobia there is just as bad as Thailand, if not worse. I would say it's worse. I don't think there's as many people that speak English, even as compared to Thailand. It's more expensive, a lot more expensive. I would say that in a lot of places, the infrastructure is as good as Thailand, if not better. But I still think Thailand is a bit better. And if you want to compare the Philippines, no. You can't do it. You can't compare the Philippines. You can't compare Laos, all that. Yeah, I don't care about the jails. I mean, chances are I won't be visiting them. I try not to get myself into trouble now. I've grown smarter. I don't want to be, 65 years old and then it's like, okay, you got 10 years in jail. No, thank you. I'd rather walk away. I'd rather take a punch and not, if I could take it and handle it and not beat somebody or do something that I shouldn't do. I just don't want to get in those kind of situations. So in Southeast Asia, in Asia in general, I mean, I like Nepal, but Nepal does not compare to Thailand. It just doesn't. Philippines just doesn't compare to Thailand. I like to hear somebody tell me how the Philippines is better than Thailand. I don't think it is. Just because they speak English, well, that's because you're lazy to learn a language. Most countries speak a different language, and maybe English is the second language. Tagalog is the first language in the Philippines. There are a lot of people in the Philippines that don't speak English. And quite frankly, the poverty there is something that, I've experienced a lot of it. I've been to a lot of places and been through the places that were really poverty-stricken. And then I've been to some places that were pretty nice. And Thailand to me is the best in Asia. Now, when you talk about South America, you talk about Europe, we haven't even started talking about Europe. I mean, Portugal, maybe Spain, but and Portugal, I'm not sure about it. I'm not really positive about Portugal. Now, I haven't been to Albania. Greece is too unstable. France, forget about it. Amsterdam, it used to be top of my list. Amsterdam used to be the place where I thought, man, I have got to figure out how to live here. I really liked it. But then they changed the guilder to the euro, and prices went up, and now it's just friggin' expensive there. That's a BMW. I think if somebody wants to live somewhere in Asia, Thailand is probably the best place. Some people may say Malaysia, but I don't particularly think so. I just don't. I don't really like Malaysia versus Thailand. Just my opinion. So there's that. Then you look in, say, you know, South America, you could say Mexico. I mean, if you want to go in Central and Central America, things like that. Welcome, Mr. Monash, as always. You know, Nicaragua, no thank you. I've been there. I wouldn't want to live there. No thank you. Panama, been there. No thank you. Wouldn't want to live there. Belize, I have not been there. Maybe I would go there. Bahamas, Cayman Islands. Okay. I don't mind going for a vacation for a week or two, but I don't want to live there. Just don't want to live there. I got to think about where else there is. You know, where are you going to go? Argentina? Go Argentina. Okay, Colombia. I don't know about Colombia. I've been to Colombia. And I loved Colombia as a place to visit. I loved it because of their coffee. I loved it because the people were cool. But I didn't like going in and out of the airport and having to be checked like 5 times for Coke. I didn't like that. Cuba, you know, the Cubans are always out to get you there. I don't mean get you, but I mean they're always out for your money. You always got to keep your hand on your money. They're trying to get the better of you. So for me, it's a no. And I know a lot of people that have been to Cuba. Pat Diabab is from Cuba. For me, Thailand does it best. Yes, there have been many changes. Not a Shangri-La all the time. However, it's easy to live there overall. Yes, it is. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not the perfect place. But tell me where in Asia is better. Japan? Korea? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Please. Very nice, good service. Do you need some water? Yes, thank you. Find me another. It's all very familiar to me. That helps. Well, and you know, like that's why I say I've been here a long time. It is I'm very familiar, very comfortable here. I know where to get everything. I know where to go. I mean, pretty much everywhere in the country. You know, I mean, aside from you put me in some jungle I've never been before. That's a little different, but a lot of the cities I've been to the cities. Thank you. It's a lot less developed, much less developed. And if you remember my trip from Luang Prabang to Hanoi on the bus, it was miserable. I would never, ever, ever recommend that, and I would never do it again. I would just fly. I could have flown. You know, I had the money to fly. I could have flown. I just thought, it'll be nice to take the bus. It'll be, you know, it'll be nice to film it, and it wasn't nice. I was miserable. You know, you're laying there, and you got some other guy like laying right next to you with a foot on you, and you know, you can't get comfortable. You can't sit up like you can't sit up like this. It wasn't comfortable. It was not fun. And you know, a lot of time your stomach's growling because you're laying down. Maybe you just ate something. You're laying down, your stomach's growling. You're like, I gotta go to the bathroom. What, you gotta take a piss or whatever you gotta do. And you gotta wait on them. You're not gonna get out whenever you want. Oh, can you please stop right here because I gotta go to the bathroom? No, they're not gonna stop. And then when you do stop, you're gonna go to some rinky-dink hole in the wall on the side of the road that, if you're lucky, is somewhat clean. And I remember there was a couple places we went, they weren't clean. It wasn't like, oh yeah, okay, and let me go right here. Oh, this is spick and span, it's so spotless. No, it wasn't spotless. It was dirty. You know, I mean, listen, when you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, I remember going around the back of buildings and, you know, it was just like that. I don't think it's an option, a great option for retirement. I honestly don't think so. I think it's nowhere near as developed as Thailand. Generally, in a lot of places, it's not clean. And I don't think that you can get a lot of the things that you can get here in Thailand. Maybe in Luang Prabang, maybe in Vientiane you can, but and even there I think it's limited. So in Asia in general, like I said, I think Thailand wins for sure. Now you might say, oh, Costa Rica might be better. Maybe. Mexico might be better. I don't think so. I've been to Mexico many times. Never have I said to myself, God, I want to live here. This place is so cool. I want to live here. I've never said that. Now, when I went to Cannes in France, I was like, man, this place is cool. I'd really like to live here. But the amount of money you would need just to live a moderate lifestyle, moderately well, it was, at the time, it was something like $6,000. And that was like 2 people. If you got a family, it's going to cost you more. I mean, it was just, you know, it didn't pan out. Same went with Amsterdam. Amsterdam was more expensive, but now it's even more expensive. It's very expensive. Obviously, you could go out somewhere. I always went to Breda, which is in the south of the Netherlands. I used to go there all the time, and it's a bit cheaper there. But, you know, so what? Do you really want to live there? I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I wouldn't want to, not now. I would not want to move there now. So I try to think where I could move, and I said Ecuador. Yeah, maybe I could move to Ecuador. Possibly. Yeah, I spent some time in France. I was there about a month. And I didn't have, only problem I had with the French was the French taxi driver that had to wait for me for about 15 minutes because I wasn't ready, and he was a bit irritated. Other than that, I had no problems with the French. They were extremely polite. We even, you know, we met a French coffee lady who would try to teach us how to speak French. She would make sure that, you know, we knew a couple basic words. You know, I don't necessarily need pampering, but what I need, I need. You understand? I mean, I don't need to go out and buy a brand new TV every other year. I don't need to do all this stuff. I don't always have to go and buy a new phone or buy a new computer. I don't have to do all that. I don't, what if, you know, if I don't need it, then what am I going to go and buy it for as I get older? Things that I need, I need. Sometimes then, you know, I look and I go, oh, these shirts have holes in them. I need to go buy some of those shirts and throw these shirts out, which, you know, every once in a while I do that. And I did do that a couple months ago. You know, so why do you need to cry, Mr. Monash? Get yourself a woman, cry on her shoulder. But a Thai woman will not will not baby you. She's not gonna baby you. Oh, honey, why are you crying? You're so bad. They expect you to be men. You gotta be a man, you know. Going to Italy for 3 weeks. I only heard great things about the country and the people there. Once you get there, I'm sure you're going to hear some things that are not so nice, but on the whole, I think it's a very nice place. Obviously rich with culture, and you can't go wrong there. Good morning, Mr. 2 Quarters Korean. You know, I had said, oh, we're going to go to Greece, we're going to go to Albania, and then my wife says, you know, to get my Schengen visa, I put on there France and Switzerland and Luxembourg. We need to go to these places. And I said, no, all you need to do is go to anywhere where there are Schengen countries. You can go to those countries, any one of them. You don't have to go to the ones you say you're going to go to. She's like, no, 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 no. So I think I'm going to tell her that maybe we'll go to like Luxembourg, or we'll go to France, or we'll go one of those places. Then we'll go into Greece and Albania or somewhere else. I don't know. Good evening, Mr. Tony. Yes, it has been a long time. How you doing? What's happening? I don't feel like walking around today. You know, like Natura Cafe the other day. That was very nice. And I do have a place to go to on Sunday, which I went there before and they were closed, if you guys remember. And that's the day I hurt my ankle, which is, it's about 2.5 weeks ago that happened. And now I'm feeling pretty good. My ankle's feeling pretty strong, and it's only if I move it a certain way. So at the end of the month, I'll go back in the gym, because I told them to stop my account until the end of the month. So I don't think I could go today, because it does still hurt. But in another week and a half or so, I'll be ready to go. Anyway, where else are you going to think of in South America? What are you going to do? Go to Chile? You're going to go to Uruguay? I mean, you can. But do they beat Thailand? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think that they have the edge on Thailand. I am looking forward to going to Albania, because Albania is supposedly a hidden gem. Yeah. I've been to Colombia. I don't want to go back. I'm not in a hurry to go back. I don't want to go over there and live there. Colombia has nothing on Thailand. I'm sorry. Nothing. I think a lot of Americans are hesitant to come to Southeast Asia. They want to go to, South America, Central America, because it's closer to the United States. Hey, thank you, Tony. Thank you very much. Thank you for this. We'll watch from beginning on replay. Okay, good. Good deal. I've only been on for 39 minutes and 13 seconds. And like I said, I'm going to go see Jono after the stream. We've been talking a little bit more lately. I don't know why. You know, we go through little times. I mean, Chuck sent me a message the other day. Start talking to him every once in a while. You know, it just happens. You know. I forget what we were talking about. Oh, well, originally we were talking about he hurt his knee walking on a crooked sidewalk, and I hurt my ankle. We were complaining about that, which is kind of funny. But anyway, I keep thinking about where else. What was it? Nicaragua. I said Nicaragua. What's that other place? Kind of like Nicaragua. Not Panama, not Belize. I've been to Guyana, and I wouldn't want to live there. I mean, it was a pretty nice place, the city. Georgetown. It was pretty nice. But I was like the only white guy in the whole city. There were no other white people there. There were a couple Mexicans, and they were the fighters that I went, and we all became friends. We all started hanging out together. But other than that, there was nobody else. It was just us, and everybody else was black. And it was fine. They treated us great. Yeah, that's what it was, El Salvador. And I've been there, and I'm just not thrilled about living there. When you think about a place, I don't think to myself, wow, I'd really like to live here. And I thought that about the Netherlands when I first went there about, about 30 years, was it 30 years ago? It was about 34 years ago, something like that. Maybe 35 years ago. I thought to myself, man, this place is cool. I really like it here. The same with Cairns. I thought, this place is fantastic. Because in Cairns, I had money. It was temporary. We were there for a month. I had some money. Every morning I'd get dressed up. I'd throw on a jacket. I'd go walk around on the promenade. They had great croissants. They had great coffee. We'd go there and sit there. The group of us would go there and sit there. And it was very nice. But to live there long term, I started thinking about it, and I thought it's just too expensive. So that place went by the wayside. All right, let me see this here. Chile. I said Chile. I think for a few people that would be good, just like Argentina. It's a nice place, nicer than a lot of people give it credit for. Safety, easy to travel, convenient, pretty much first world without the over-governance. Ignorance is bliss. That's where the president is making a push to clear out the gangs. Australia is a great place to live. It's just getting too expensive for a lot of people, yeah. And that's the reason. I mean, I love the thought of going to Australia, and I would like to go there. It hasn't been on the top of my list because I know how expensive it is and how big it is. So you can't go there for, let me go to Australia for a week. You're going to go there for a week. You're going to see like 1 or 2 cities. That's it. It's not like you can go all over Oz. I'm going to go dive the Great Barrier Reef, and then I'm going to go out and see the Salties, and then I'm going to go here and go there. You don't have the time. You need at least a month. And that's going to take time, and it's going to be expensive. And then when I think about moving there, it's not that easy, even for Americans to move there. It is not that easy to move there. New Zealand's the same thing. Now, my mother has been to both of those places. She liked them a lot. But she went on a holiday. And she went and she had fun. But, you go there for a week, it's not the same as living there. And that's the bottom line. Visiting and living are completely different. And that is the thing with most of you guys. You come over here and then you go, okay, well, I'll be here for a month. I'll be here for 2 weeks. I'll be here for, 6 weeks or whatever it is. And then you go back home. I don't go back home. A lot of people that come here, like Jono, I thought it would be Mr. 2 Quarters Korean, but when he comes back, it's supposedly for good. There's a lot of people here. Patia Bob is another guy. It's normal to live here. It's not, to me, it's nothing. It's not like, it's not out of the ordinary. It's not exotic anymore. It's just normal. It's like I'm in America and I'm talking to Mexicans. Hour and a half massage is $130. A 2-hour massage here, you can get a 2-hour massage here, and it's about not quite 400 baht. You pay about 450 with a tip, 500 baht with a tip. It costs you 360 baht. Now, it cost me 600 baht to get a foot scrub. To get a foot scrub and like a mani-pedi would cost me, depends on where you are, it cost me anywhere from 750 to 1,000. So that's about $25 to $30 to get a manicure and a pedicure and have the bottom of your feet scrubbed, which I need because a lot of the time I'm in flip-flops. $70 to fill up an average-sized car. Holy moly. Tax up to 50 cents in the dollar. I don't know how much it costs to fill up a tank, medium-sized tank in the U.S., but I'm sure it's expensive. I remember I had a motorcycle This is 35 years ago. And it would cost me 75 cents a gallon for regular. And I would put in almost 4 gallons. It would cost me almost $3 to fill the tank up. And that would last me like a whole week. And I would drive around on the weekends. I'd drive all over the place. I'd have a half a tank left. And that would last me for the whole week, just going back and forth to work and driving around. At least in Oz, they tax you and then provide good services. In the U.S., they tax you and you seem to get nothing in return. That's true. And, you know, I mean, my mother and father tell me about what they are taxed and what they have to pay for. They have to pay for school. They have to pay for, they have to pay tax for all this stuff. The water in their neighborhood, they add salt. They have to pay for the salt every couple of months, and they have to pay for people to change out things, clean out things. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much they pay. It was costing $200 to fill it up. Wow. 60 bucks. It's crazy. And, you know, that's the thing. That's the cost is the reason I don't want to go back to the U.S. I don't want to go pay $20 for a really crappy meal that isn't that big. Or maybe I'd spend 20 bucks and I'd get a decent sized meal. But for the most part, you know, your meals are going to cost more than they cost here. Even now, I can get a meal for 40 or 50 baht, and it's a pretty good meal. You know, I mean, I had some the other day when I was at that cafe, that Natura Cafe. I wanted to sit somewhere. I was in 7-Eleven for a while, and I had a coffee. It was like $1. And then I went to this place. They had CASHAPP. And it wasn't as big as the ones that I usually get. So usually I get CASHAPP near my house. And it's 50, I'll say, give me an egg and give me it's P-Set. Give me the special, give me the extra large one. And it's 60 baht. And it's quite large. This lady, I said, I don't want an egg. It cost me 50 baht, and the meal was pretty small, and it wasn't nearly as good. And I was like, I just pissed away 50 baht, which, you know, whatever. But how about driving there in Thailand? Can you reasonably avoid it? Roads and drivers there were chaotic. Now we've got a hybrid. Still costs $70, but get $1,200. Yeah, I could drive here, but man, what a hassle. I mean, for me, what I think about, and this is the big negative. However, because of the public transportation being so good here, I don't view it as a negative. I could drive a motorbike here, but I'd always have to be focused on driving. If I'm tired, if, you know, it's been a long day or whatever, I don't know that I would be willing to go out and drive. If I was in a car, I would be scared I'd fall asleep in the middle of the traffic. I'd run into the back of a car or something like that. You know, 2 eggs with bacon, home fries, toast, coffee at a diner will cost you $26.95. I think you can find it for cheaper in the U.S. I don't remember that diner that I went to with the guy that I met in Colombia, this Cuban guy I met. He's a Cuban American. We went to a place and it wasn't that much, but yeah, I know it's expensive. But here, maybe you're gonna pay $8 to $10, and it'll be a big breakfast. Now, if you go to Pattaya or somewhere like that, then you could go to like Hungry Hippo, and for like, I don't know, 120, 130 baht, you can have a nice breakfast. It's a big breakfast. You got all kinds of bacon, and ham, and eggs, or an omelet, and, you know, whatever else, tomato, orange juice, coffee, toast. And, you know, maybe it costs you $3, $4. So that's a pretty good deal. But I don't usually eat breakfast that much, which is why it doesn't really matter to me too much. But if I want to eat it, I would hope I'm not going to pay 25 bucks. It's too much. Now, over to my right here, damn it. Over here, you see this. City Fresh, community of fruit lovers. I could go in there and buy myself some fruit, but I don't want to. The only person who eats fruit in our family now, really, I mean, we all eat fruit, but Alex eats fruit every single day. So we have frozen strawberries, bananas, watermelon, dragon fruit, apples, grapes. We have all that stuff sitting in the refrigerator. And he usually eats, I'd say he eats about 4/5 of it. So I don't want to go into that place, you know. Typical politician sleeps on the back bench, makes empty promises and are overpaid. Yeah, I mean, I'm done with politicians and politics. I don't really care about politics in the U.S. anymore. I really just don't care. It would be nice to see something positive happen and not everything is not negative like it is and has been. And I mean, I look at Biden and I just go, waste of 4 years. Really. It's a waste of 4 years because the guy's asleep half the time. He doesn't know where he is, you know. But okay, whatever. Hopefully the next person that gets in will be better and will do more for the country. However, as I've said numerous times, I don't live there. And so I really don't care all that much. I mean, I care for everybody who lives there, but, you know, up to a point. I don't want to care too much. It's, you know, doesn't bother me. I don't want to let it bother me. This place is pretty busy. It's pretty busy. They do have breakfast and they have all kinds of meals and stuff like that, but anyway. You know, and I think that Thailand really, I'm not just saying Bangkok, but there's a lot of big cities that are fairly modern. Thailand is a mix of modern and traditional, and I think it's a pretty good mix. You know, I don't know what else you could ask for. I try to think of other places, and, you know, I think about Ecuador. Obviously, it was my first time there. So I'm not thinking to myself, oh my God, you know, I'm back here. Oh, it's so great here. I'm thinking, okay, so how do I get to this place? Oh, where's the taxi? How much is it going to cost? Is the guy going to try to rip me off? What's going on? And we were pretty fortunate because nobody tried to rip us off. Everything was legit. And I really liked it. I did really like it. And you know what? The groceries there were cheaper than they are here. Here, if you get anything that's imported, and some of the things that are not imported, they're expensive. It's just the way it is. Now, in Ecuador, like I said before, I got 2 baskets, and in Thailand, I would have got 1. In America, I would have got like a quarter of that. I would have got a quarter of a basket. You know, and here, every time I go to the grocery, I spend at least 500 or 1,000 baht. So I try not to go all the time. Now I try not to go all the time because I just don't want to let it get out of hand. I live in Thailand, but also like Malaysia, don't think it's too difficult to retire there. There's really nothing you can't get in Thailand, but my wife still brings stuff over every trip. Well, that's probably a good thing. You know, the thing about Malaysia that I don't like is I don't think it's quite as laid back as Thailand. I like the fact here nobody messes with you. You want to do what you want to do, you can do it. You're not going to get messed with about really anything. unless it's something that you really should not be doing. You don't piss on a temple. You don't piss on a spirit house. You don't, go and decide you're going to go get naked somewhere. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the distilled water. But you can order it. You can order the distilled water. I don't know about serrano peppers because I got all kinds of peppers. I never worry about what kind of, and that's why I don't like Singapore, because to me Singapore has, their personality is fairly drab. And I can tell you that, I mean, I've been there, I don't even know, 20 times. I know it might be ridiculous, but so what? You got to order it. I mean, I'm looking for, what are they called? What are those gobbler sausages and gobbler hamburgers? The mall, Fresh Mart used to have them, and what they do is they run out completely, and they may not have anything for 2 or 3 months. And I'm like, why can't you get more of these and keep them in stock? Because they don't want to order them. So I can order them online. Now, I don't particularly like it, but I can get them online. It's okay, whatever, For water, you can get them. You order them, you have them the next day if you want. You can probably get them the same day. So yes, it's a pain to have to do it, but I hate to say it, this is kind of the way of the world now. Sometimes you can't get things, and you just have to order stuff online. I've been watching Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. It's a TV show, and he's like, tells the lady, "Can you call me a taxi?" She goes, "Well, we don't call for taxis here, hon." And he goes, "Really? You don't have taxi?" And she goes, "You could call an Uber." And he goes, "Okay, well, call me an Uber." And she goes, "You need to have an Uber app." He goes, "I got to have an app? What do you mean?" "You have to have an app on your phone." He goes, "Well, I don't have one on my phone, but do you have one on your phone?" "Yes, I do." He gave her $100 and he goes, "Get me an Uber." She got him an Uber. That's kind of the way of the world now. Now, I came over here. I could have taken the boat taxi. I could have taken the motorcycle to the boat taxi. Then I could have taken a motorcycle to over here. Instead, I just went, you know what? It only cost me like 120 baht to get here on motorcycle. So I just took the motorcycle. Because it's about the same price. It's much more convenient. And that's another thing. And I know Jim might say, "Oh, well, in my neck of the woods, there's not always public transportation." But in a lot of places, there is public transportation. I've lived in some places. I used to live in Udon, not in the city. I used to live in a village. And to get out, you had to walk out to the main road, which was like 3 minutes. And you waited for the bus to come. And it was an old, I don't know how you could describe it, but it was an old bus where people would sit on the roof, people would sit inside, and there was no air conditioning. And you just get in, you pay like, 5-10 baht, boom, it takes you wherever you want to go. And I didn't think it was that bad. Now, it was much more convenient to drive a motorcycle. Yeah, I mean, if you got in the habit, you stocked up, I don't know how much stuff you use, I don't know how much distilled water you use in a week, but let's say you use, a couple of liters, so you order 20 liters. It might cost you 500 baht. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Get yourself like 10 bottles, stick them in the back of your apartment or whatever, and that'd be it. I used to pay 2 or 3 baht for a bus ride, yeah, then 10 baht for an air-conditioned bus. Yeah, still some of them are 10 baht for an air-conditioned bus now, but not much. Most of the time they're 8 or 10 baht for a regular bus and like 15 or 20 baht for an air-conditioned bus. Fortunately, at the mall, they've almost completed the walkway from, you'll be able to walk from the SkyTrain to go, instead of just going like and having to go down the stairs and then go in the mall and then walk over to the other side. You can walk all the way to the other side and get into the mall that way as soon as they finish up, and they should be finished in a couple of weeks. They're almost done now. Good old blue and red buses and the yellow. You know, I almost broke my the handle on my rope. I had to tape it up because I cracked it, and I didn't want to go and buy another one. They're like 40 bucks. So I just put some duct tape around it and it works fine. But our you know, things are always going bad. We got the hot water maker, and one day, you know, I go to get my coffee and I'm like, oh, this thing's not plugged in. Oh, it was plugged in. I go, why is it not working? I'm like messing around with it. It just stopped working. I'm like, time to get a new one. So I went and got a new one. It was like 800 baht. Boom, I got a new one. Now whenever you need hot water, you got the hot water maker. Before that, you got to put it in the microwave, which is a pain in the ass. You know, putting your water in the microwave and heating it up is just a pain. So you need little things like that. I mean, we still have a wok. We still have an air fryer. We have an oven. We have a microwave. We have all these kind of modern conveniences. And you have all these kind of things in a house, it means I don't have to go out as much anymore. I can just order stuff online, and sometimes that's what I do. Winoni motorcycle, and I think it's a battery operated. I can't. Yeah, it's battery operated for sure. I gotta sneeze. Oh, that felt good. Cleaned me right out. Well, I feel pretty good today. Today I feel better than I felt in quite some time. So I'm thinking about the place to go to on Friday. I don't know if we'll do a coffee shop or we'll go somewhere cool. Sunday I'm gonna go somewhere. You know, I want to start going to some places again because I think it makes it better when you go. You know, no, I don't get lightheaded. I don't get lightheaded from sneezing. I've sneezed 7 or 8 times for as long as I can remember. Since I was a little kid, I've always sneezed 7 or 8 times. If I sneeze less than that, then it's a rarity. You know, if I sneeze like 5 times, I'm like, oh, that's it? So, anyway, what is this? Let me see if I can see this. It's hard for me to see right now. Patanua Watsai 8. That's the name of the street. So, and from here, I don't see any motorcycle. Oh, there's a guy right over there, I think. So I'll be able to take a motorcycle from here to the main street, and then I'll just walk over and go to Jono's house. Anyway, So, you know, when it comes to the destination, the best destination in the world, I don't know. I mean, you know, I would say Thailand has got to be in the top 5. I don't really know a lot of places that are going to be better than it. You know, maybe the Greek islands, but I don't know because I haven't been there. Yeah, I'll ask him. I don't think he has. He would have told me if he had. Don't know about Albania because I haven't been there. No on Amsterdam. No on the UK. Don't know about Costa Rica, but I have heard that Costa Rica has gotten quite a bit more expensive. Which Thailand has gotten more expensive. You know, whether you want to admit it or not, it is more expensive than it used to be. And most guys, they go and buy, you know, they go and rent an apartment, and they're like, they're going to spend $25,000, $30,000 a month, and they don't have to spend that much. All right, I'll ask him about the onion rings. His finger and his onion rings. Oh, that's a Porsche. Porsche Cayenne, like the pepper. I don't really like that color though, but okay, whatever. Anyway, this place is all right. I like this little place. This is just because it's comfortable and it's a little corner hangout. Coffee is pretty good. Although I will say that it's going to go down in the rankings. I have the rankings. I have not put anything together because I've been looking for the graphics and everything like that for the website, and I'm not happy with what I found. I'm sure I can find something though. But I think this place is probably going to drop a couple of notches just because I wasn't happy with that dirty coffee they gave me. The dirty coffee I had the other day at Futura, Natura, was better than the one I had today. Flights are over $350 more than my flight in November. Well, I got to tell you that I looked in January to go to Greece, and it was, thank you very much, Mr. Monash, Choti to you, and that ticket was like $720. Then I looked in February, in the first week of February, and it was like $900. I couldn't find anything cheaper. So now I'm just resigned to pay whatever I have to pay. Whatever we have to pay, we'll do it. But I don't want to go on these China Eastern kind of flights where you've got to go through 3 or 4 hubs, and you've got to stop there, and you've got layovers, and you don't know if the layover is really tight. I don't want any of that. I want a direct flight. That's what I want. One stop maybe. You're just sitting there and you're waiting for the next plane, but you have plenty of time. There's no problems. And that's all I want. So hopefully we'll be able to find that. I know my wife is kind of chomping at the bit. She drives me crazy sometimes. So, you know, there's that. What is this? Surprised how many people, new vehicles in Thailand, especially the BYD. What's BYD? I'm waiting. You're waiting to buy your ticket. So you might buy it like a week before you leave or something like that. Yeah, I don't know where we're going to go to be able to go to the places that we want to go, because I want to stay kind of close to there. I mean, we might fly into Rome. I don't know. But she wants to go to one of these, but we might fly into Bern, Switzerland. I don't know. You probably buy in March. Okay. We want to leave in May. Like the middle of May, we want to leave and be gone for about 3 weeks. Take a 3-week holiday, and it'll just be me and the wife. So that should be nice. No Alex, no Nikki. They've got their own lives and they're doing their own thing, and you know, it's the way it goes. Build Your Drama is a Tesla equivalent from Build Your Dreams, sorry, is a Tesla equivalent from China. I wouldn't buy anything from China. It's bad enough DJI is from China, and hopefully I'll get my drone fixed in the next couple of weeks. That's something I want to do. I want to get that drone fixed. I don't even know the music nowadays that most people listen to. I have no idea. It's definitely not classic rock or rock and roll. It's none of that. It's all this pop stuff. I don't even have a vehicle anymore. Well, you should be counting the days. Start counting your days. That'll help you. I already know how many days I have left for Social Security, approximately, because I don't think I'm going to take it exactly when I become eligible for it. I want to wait a little bit to get a little bit more money. But I'm not waiting that long. So, anyway. But I try to think of where, oh, you know, somewhere else that people have mentioned to live is Ireland. Now, I only spent a day in Ireland. It was very nice, but we were in Dublin. Dublin is expensive. Some of the things are expensive, but things, you know, I've said this before, but strawberries, chocolate, some different kinds of food were cheaper than they are here in Thailand. I couldn't believe it. So I'm sure if you went out into the smaller cities of Ireland, you could probably find cheaper prices. You could live for, the cost of living would be quite a bit lower. Fair bit lower, 20% lower, we'll say. But I still don't think I would want to live there. I don't think it beats Thailand. Four-leaf clovers. Anyway. I really did like, I really liked Dublin when I went there. We had a good time when we were there. You know, we drank Guinness and we had food and I mean, it was just great. On the contrary, when we went to Amsterdam, it wasn't a good time. And every time I've been to Amsterdam, I've had a great time. I went with the family and I was shocked. It was like $120 for a meal for all of us. It's like 30 bucks a meal. Which I couldn't believe that. You know, it's 30 bucks a meal. Probably cost him $2 because I wasn't single. Well, I never went to Amsterdam like, you know, to score. I didn't go like, oh my God, these Dutch chicks are so hot. I never really found that to be true in Holland. I'm not saying that I didn't have a good time there, but I never went there and thought to myself, oh, this place is ripe, man. It's ripe for the pickings. Whatever you want here, you can get them. You know, there were some cute girls that I met and everything like that, but I don't know. I think Denmark would probably be better for that, but maybe 30 years ago. Now Denmark and Finland and Sweden, I don't know that I'd want to, I don't know. You know, Scandinavian countries, I'm sorry. I did look back and I found that video, well, found the live stream where I was talking to the guy from Israel, the Canadian who lived in Israel. He was married and he paid me to help him because he had a Thai girl and he was giving her money and he didn't know what to do. Yes, we can go there. And I have thought about going there. I don't know. I forget which one is cheaper, but one of them is cheaper than the other. I think it's Slovenia is cheaper than Slovakia. I'm not sure. I do remember looking and remember it saying it's whatever place I was looking at is a little bit cheaper than the other place. But, you know, I mean, my wife leaves it up to me, but for whatever reason, she thinks that if you put the countries down on the Schengen visa, you have to go to those countries. And I'm like, no, you don't have to. She goes, well, we got to go to one at least then. And I'm like, okay, you're making it difficult. But we could take a train and go to one of the countries, say, you know, Luxembourg or whatever, then just take a train from there, go from there, take a train and go to Albania, Greece, whatever we wanted. We could do whatever we wanted. You know, and it would be reasonably priced. It wouldn't be extraordinary. So that's always nice, because I don't want to go somewhere where it's really, really expensive. Like Switzerland. You know, we go to Switzerland, it's like, honey, we're going to be here for a day, and then the next day, so we'll pay for a hotel for one day. The next day, we're taking a train out of here. We're going to get out of here. We'll leave at night or something, you know, we'll check everything out in the daytime, we'll look at everything, and then we'll hop on a train and get out, so we don't have to pay, because it'll be too expensive to be there. It's extraordinarily expensive. You know, I don't want to pay $500 for a hotel room. And, you know, dare I say, none of the places in that little region would be considered the best in the world. I looked the other day and saw that Germany has quite a few American expats living there and working there. But as much as, you know, I like the thought of Germany, I don't think I would want to live there. You know, like living in France. France has too many French. Germany has too many Germans. You know? So, anyway, enough of that. I think we got it down now. For most of the people in this chat, most of the people that come in and are communicating, who are speaking in the chat, I think Thailand is at least in the top 3 of places to go, if not the very top. And I don't know how else you can, I really, if somebody has a place where they go, hey, this is just as good as Thailand, I wish they would tell me, but I have not found that place yet. And there may be some places in Europe. There may be a couple of places. But I don't know of them. And Asia, forget about it. It's Thailand all the way. You can smell it smells like bread and cake. Oh, it smells so good here. Anyway, if the pollution keeps getting worse, it won't be in the future. No, it does not exist. Thailand is our #1 place. We're here 4 months a year now. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe, you know, listen, back in December, the Prime Minister said, oh, we're going to clean the place up. We're going to do something about the air pollution. That was, you know, almost 3 months ago. Just the other day, he said, I'm going to do something about the air pollution. Hopefully, he is doing something. I don't want to see the numbers above, say, 75. I can handle, I like it in the green, obviously, just like I like above 36. And it went below 36 to the dollar, the Thai baht. It went below 36 yesterday, and it was like 35.93 or something. I always like it over that. I want it over that. I want it like 36.2, so that the chance of it going under 36 is relatively small. I want it to be at least 36.1, 36.2, 0.3, and that way you just go, okay, times 36. Yeah, we blame them for everything. You know, there's a guy here. I know he had a coffee when I first got here. He had one coffee. This is at about 8 o'clock. Now it is about almost 10:30. And he's had like 4 glasses of water. He's just sitting there. And I'm like, I guess, you know, I've come and been on my computer for hours, but I don't know. I just think about it and I think, God, man, after I've been sitting here for 2 hours, I got to get up and I got to do something, you know? I've already had my I've had 2 coffees here so far, and that's all I need. I don't need more. I don't want more. I don't need more. But I will not be taking a Grab on the way home. I'll be taking the boat to get home. As most people know, if you want to get somewhere quickly, you take the boat. But if you take it early, you take it from about 6:15 to about 10 o'clock. That's right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You did. Yeah, they gave him a free water. If you go earlier than say 6:15 or so, and you go at about 11 o'clock to about 2:30 or 3 maybe, there won't be anybody on the boat, and you can get a seat. You can sit there. You relax. And, you know, the wind's blowing through your hair. And it's nice. You want to take the SkyTrain? Well, it's a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain to get down here by subway, SkyTrain, subway, SkyTrain. It's a bit of a pain. Or you can take the CityLink. You go SkyTrain to the CityLink, then the CityLink will come over and meet up with the SkyTrain. You take it like 2 exits. So you got to take like, I mean, you know, it's 1, 2, 3 trains. It's a bit of a pain. This guy's out here smoking. Oh, God. Excellent. It's quite excellent. This place is all right. This place is okay. There's too many other places to see and too many other places to check out, though. And honestly, I don't think I'll be coming back here for a while. Not because it's not good, just because there's other places to come. So I'd give this place a pass on the next time. I'd come here twice, but I don't know that I'd come here 3 times. It's a little too much for me. I can find a new place right around here. So, oh, and I went to that one place the other day. It was right behind Jono's place. That's where I went. Yes, and it was very small, this place, but it was good. It's a good place. So, anyway. What else do I got to say? I love the boiled eggs at 7-Eleven with no shell. Boiled eggs at 7-Eleven with no shell. I don't know about those boiled eggs. I know about boiled eggs that come 2 to a pack and they have shells on them and you break the shell off of it. I know about that. And those are quite good. In a pinch, they'll do because they're healthy. Smell banana bread. Oh. It's coming out of this vent right here. There's a vent. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah, in 7-Eleven, you know, they've got a couple of foods. Bananas, protein drinks, hard-boiled eggs. They got a couple of things that you can eat or drink. Their yogurt. But I try to stay out of 7-Eleven now. I don't want to go there very often. It's not really, you know, I know a lot of people, oh, I got to go there. But there's a lot of junk there. It really is a lot of junk in 7-Eleven. I just don't. I don't like getting in a habit of going there. That's what I should say. I don't want it to be a habit. And there's 7-Elevens everywhere. You get into the habit, oh, well, let me just stop in at 7-Eleven. Next thing you know, you're eating all kinds of junk. I mean, there's water. I get water there. Once in a while, I'll get something like a, you know, what's it called? What the hell's that stuff called? I don't even know what it is. Not Aquafina. There's no real cannabis in 7-Eleven. And I couldn't care less about that. Snickers. I don't really care about that either. They got plenty of drinks if you want something to drink. You know. God, that smells so good. Andy, how you doing? What's happening? Oh, good. The motorcycle guy's right there. I can just walk right over, boom, jump on the back of a motorcycle, and I'll be over to where I want to go in a matter of seconds. Minutes, but okay. Oh, man, that really, they must be cooking banana cake. It really, it's like coming out of this vent right next to me, and it smells so good. It's fantastic. What's happening there, Mr. Andy? What's happening in India? Give us the update. Give us the 411. I don't really go to Lotus Fresh or CJ. I go to, you know, I go to Fresh Market, or I go to like, you know, I go to actually fresh markets. I go to them. Lately, I've been buying a lot of vegetables there because you can get a lot of vegetables for cheaper at the market than you can in the mall. So how much longer are you there, Andy? Oh man, my banana bread just keeps coming out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time to go. Arrived in Mumbai last night. Check out north part of the city, heading south in a few days, the posh side. Oh, that's good. I mean, how much longer are you in India? And where do you go after there? Anyway, I think I'm going to go over there, walk over and get a motorbike over to Jono's pad. Let's see, what did you want me to ask him there? Can't remember what the hell you asked me about. Talking to you there, 2/4 Korean. Forget what you asked me to ask him. I got to go back here and look at it. He's not here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Serrano peppers. Oh, fix the thumb and onion rings. Okay. The thumb and onion rings. Okay. Onion rings going to Goa, then Kochi, another 2 weeks. Oh, so you got another couple of weeks there. Good deal. All right, guys. He's driving his hybrid up very quietly. His Corolla Cross. Yeah, enjoy yourself there, Andy. Let us know what's going on. Keep us updated. And we'll talk to you then. Interested in knowing what you think of Goa. Anyway, like I said, I don't want to go to India. I got other places I'd much rather go in India, but I understand the allure. Oh, man. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Guy's got his hybrid. He's got to wait here for a half an hour, apparently. Anyway, whatever. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the nice chats. Thank you for the contributions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, don't worry, be happy. Try at least. That's all you can do. Try to be happy. Don't get too down. If you do, snap yourself out of it. You know, that's all you can do. You got to snap yourself out of it. Anyway, with that, I shall bid you all adieu. Thank you very much. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Until next time, chok di leo jerk and mai, and I will talk to you guys later. You know, no matter what I do, I can't get away from. There we go. All right. See you later.